Post Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the industry went through a phase of continuously pushing out generic military shooter X. Amidst genre fatigue, gamers began wanting greater experiences from their shooters. Compelling stories, rich gameplay, and a sense of environmental immersion have begun to take precedent over body counts and scripted cinematic Michael Bay explosions. The following 3 games look to push the genre forward and prove that the modern-day first-person shooter has something more to offer than padding one's kill-death ratio.
To my brother Riley for getting his pilot's license. Where the hell is that motherfucker?
To my father's black card, to my black card.
Probably the biggest surprise of 2012, and it's a good thing. The moment you boot up Far Cry 3, you realize immediately what you're playing is something very, very special. Characters instantly make a lasting impression, landscapes are rendered beautifully, and it is overall the best looking game of 2012. Although the story itself is very limited, it does keep you engaged enough throughout the entire game. And what a game it is. No game has created a sense of exploration as well as Far Cry 3 since Fallout 3. Sure, you can tackle the main missions right away, but how about hunting for sharks to collect their skins for items, or see how far you can hang glide in your wingsuit? Simply put, Far Cry 3 is one of the best gaming experiences you will have in 2012, and surprisingly, it comes in the form of a first-person shooter. Many questioned how the Halo franchise would fare with the departure of the studio that created the series. Long-term fans of the series were appeased when it was unanimous that 343 Studios had created a solid Halo title. Halo 4 is easily the best looking game on 360, squeezing out every last bit of juice out of the outdated hardware. It will be a treat to see what Halo 5 can provide on the next generation of consoles. It is also the most noteworthy game among the 3 nominees to create a connection to its characters. And it wasn't even about the protagonist. The game could have been easily called Cortana 4 as you spend most of the time rushing from checkpoint to checkpoint, interacting with a fading AI. Given the enormous pressure 343 Studios faced in creating a new Halo game, it's understandable that they did not stray too far from the formula and played it safe. What I look forward to next is how they will innovate the series now that they have the recognition and trust of fans in handling one of the biggest franchises in the gaming industry today.
Track its descent.
Borderlands 2 is the best example of a studio taking player feedback and creating a game that improves on its predecessor in nearly every aspect. The main quest is enjoyable, and even the side quests never feel forced and add further character depth and story. It is hands down the best co-op experience of any game this year or in recent memory. Although the game lacks an online competitive multiplayer, Borderlands 2 proves that sometimes in the FPS genre, it is not always necessary. Writing and voice acting is superbly done, and the cel-shading art style, although it did not stray too far away from the formula, was refined with richer detail and color depth. Gameplay was smooth and polished among all released platforms. It was also very nice to see in an age of console support that the PC version had the most optimization options of any game this year. And the winner for Best First-Person Shooter of 2012 is...
The definition of insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change.
The stigma of first-person shooters having monotonous and one-dimensional experiences is completely dispelled with Far Cry 3. The sense of immersion and exploration that the game creates ranks on the level of a Fallout or Skyrim. It is obvious that Far Cry 3 has been influenced by a variety of games, but the game is so much more than just Skyrim with guns. It's the manner that Ubisoft seamlessly integrates game mechanics of so many games and creates something that, although is familiar, does not feel cheap or forced. The game graphically is a juggernaut, especially on PC. If this is what we can expect as hardware improves across all platforms, I'm jumping in headfirst without looking back. And although the online multiplayer component may be tacked on and is basically an afterthought, the rich experience of the single player more than makes up for it. When everything is said and done, Far Cry 3 creates an experience that is both unforgettable and sets the bar extremely high for future games in its class. This grants it the title of Best First-Person Shooter of 2012.
And it's not like I am fucking crazy. It's okay. It's like water under the bridge. Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?